Hey, what's up guys? SirAmnon here, bringing to you a combo video for the Phantom Knight hero deck that I displayed earlier. If you haven't seen the profile of that, I will be linking that in the description box down below. But yeah, these are going to be several short little combos that you can use to kind of like kickstart your way into the deck if you're new to it, or kind of just understand the flow of it if you want to kind of incorporate some new strategies into your hero decks. But I will say that as with most combo tutorials in general, actually, you should keep in mind that like some of the blank cards that are in your hand to start off with, assuming that you're not running a 5-card combo, which I mean are inconsistent anyways, but if you're running like say a 1 or 2 card combo, the other 3 or 4 cards in your hand could potentially have been bricks that you don't want to draw, or things that already would help you out even further. So what you should keep in mind is you should always keep in mind the fact that there could always be other factors that you have to take into account, and there's almost always going to be such factors. So you should always make your board kind of fluid and adaptive to whatever you have, and responsive to whatever your opponent has should you be going second, of course. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the combos. Okay, welcome back guys. So for this first combo, you're just going to need 2 cards. You're going to need either an Armageddon Knight or a Vision Hero Vion, and then any other monster that can be summoned off a Firewall Dragon. Doesn't have to be a combo piece. In fact, if it were a combo piece, you could just combo off and make a better board than what I'm about to show you. But this board is going to be a co-linked Topologic Gunwar Dragon, Nightmare Phoenix, and Nightmare Goblin, as well as a linked Masked Hero Darklaw. You'll rip 4 cards out of your opponent's hand by the time their draw phase comes up, as well as having a Darklaw on the field and 4 cards in your own hand. So first off, you're going to normal summon your Armageddon Knight, activate his effect to send a copy of Malicious to the graveyard, which you will banish to special summon another copy of Destiny Hero Malicious. You'll link these 2 off into Isolde, and use her effect on summon to search a copy of Neospacian Aqua Dolphin. Then you'll use her secondary effect, sending your Divine Sword Phoenix Blade as well as your least valuable other equip to the graveyard, and special summon a copy of Hero Kid from your deck. Hero Kid's effect will activate on field, special summoning 2 other copies of himself onto the field. You'll use one of them alongside Isolde, and special summon a copy of Summon Sorceress, which you need to make sure points to the Hero Kid because we're going to activate her effect targeting said Hero Kid to special summon a copy of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist from your deck. It is okay that Shadow Mist is negated here because our objective is going to be bouncing it back with Firewall, so we can special summon it again and trigger her effect. So from here we're going to use the Shadow Mist as well as one of the Hero Kids to special summon a copy of Nightmare Cerberus to our field. Then we're going to use the final Hero Kid and the Summon Sorceress to special summon a copy of Firewall Dragon. Now from here we're going to need our Divine Sword Phoenix Blade back, so we're going to get it back by banishing 2 copies of Hero Kid. And then we're going to turn our Nightmare Cerberus into a Nightmare Mermaid. Mermaid will activate as Chainlink 1, discarding the Phoenix Blade, and Firewall Dragon will be Chainlink 2, special summoning the monster that you had to start with. Mermaid will grant you your Ibli, and then you'll get a draw out of it. You'll need your Divine Sword again, so you're going to bring it back to your hand by banishing the Hero Kid, the 3rd one, as well as the Isolde. So from here, you can use your Ibli and the monster that you summoned to go ahead and summon Nightmare Goblin to your field. Goblin's effect will activate, discarding the Phoenix Blade, allowing you to get an additional normal summon and draw a card. From here you're going to need to use Firewall Dragon's bounce for 2, so we're going to bring back the Ibli as well as the Shadow Mist. We're going to use our additional normal summon granted by Nightmare Goblin to normal summon the Ibli to our side of the field and activate her effect targeting the Nightmare Cerberus in our graveyard to special summon it pointing to Ibli. And from here we're going to use Nightmare Mermaid as well as the Ibli to link summon into Weep for Dokus or any link 2 of your choice. Does not particularly matter, we just need to trigger Firewall's effect to special summon the Shadow Mist and activate her effect to fetch us our Mask Change. Now we're going to set our Mask Change here just to make sure that it doesn't interfere with our Topologic Gunwar Dragon discards later on, so we can ensure that our Darklaw play goes through. So from here what you're going to want to do is use your Cerberus as well as your Reprodokus, or again, any link 2 of your choice, to special summon your Topologic Gumball Dragon in this zone over here. Now, since you need to trigger your Gumbar's effect, but you didn't want to do it on Shadow Mist Summon since that would have risked discarding the Mass Change, this is why you held off on your Malicious. So you're going to use your Malicious here, this is the second copy, to summon the third copy straight from your deck to Firewall Zone, or the zone that Firewall points to rather, and then trigger Topologic Gumball Dragon's effect, discarding 2 random cards from your hand, and discarding 2 cards from your opponent's hand. So we're gonna do that right here. I'm just gonna grab my dice real fast. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, 4, and a 5. So these 2. And then finally, we're going to end our combo by using our Firewall Dragon and our Destiny Hero Malicious to summon our Nightmare Phoenix. So this ensures that all 3 of these monsters are protected from targeting effects as well as destruction by battle. But we're not done yet because now we can use our Divine Sword Phoenix Blade in our graveyard by banishing the newly added Malicious as well as the Armageddon Knight that we started off with to add it back to our hand. So we'll end our turn here, then in our opponent's draw phase, we will flip up our Mass Change targeting our Shadow Mist, so that will resolve, allowing us to special summon Mass Hero Darklaw. Since Gumbar's effect is mandatory, it'll be Chainlink 1, and then Shadow Mist's effect to search will be Chainlink 2. So you do risk discarding what you search here, but it's totally fine because either way you'll still have 4 cards left in hand. So search Vision Hero Vion, and then discard 2. So there's a 2, and there's a 5. So we got kind of lucky there, but of course, you could just it'll be random. You will discard any 2 random cards. But still, your opponent will be starting on 2 cards regardless, and you have a Darklaw that you can force your opponent to basically try and play through, as well as this very strong defensive board. So that's it for the first combo. Let me get cleaned up here and we'll move to the second combo. Alright guys, welcome back to the second combo. This combo is actually just going to require only the Armageddon Knight or the Vision Hero Vion, and then any other 4 cards in our hand that don't contribute to our combo is totally fine. This combo is just going to be an extra link, that's it. So you're going to use your normal summon on Armageddon Knight and activate his effect to send your Destiny Hero Malicious to your graveyard, which you will promptly banish to summon another copy of Malicious, and then link the 2 off into his old. You'll use this sim this time. In actuality, it doesn't matter a whole lot. You can work the other direction and use the other nightmares, but I like ending on Phoenix more than Cerberus, and I don't play 2 Cerberus, so it's actually totally fine. So use Azul's effect on summon to search ourselves a copy of Aqua Dolphin, and then use her second effect, once again sending the 2 weakest equips, or the best equips, depending on how you look at it, to search or summon a copy of Hero Kid, which will summon out 2 more copies. So use one of them with the Isolde to special summon the Summon Sorceress, use her effect to target the Hero Kid, and this time, instead of the Shadow Mist, we're going to special summon a copy of the Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak. The reason we're special summoning him is because we want to amass as many link materials as possible. So the idea behind summoning Hero Kid off of the Isolde is that it's kind of similar to Goki Rematch in that you get 3 monsters for the price of 1. Granted, you don't get the searches, but having the bodies on board is totally fine. But Ancient Cloak follows kind of a similar role because it searches in sequence 2 more monsters, so you're again getting 3 monsters for the price of 1. So you're going to use your Ancient Cloak as well as a Hero Kid to link summon a copy of Nightmare Phoenix, then use your Summon Sorceress and your final Hero Kid to link summon it into a copy of Firewall Dragon. Here you're going to need to use your Divine Sword Phoenix Blade yet again to go ahead and banish 2 copies of Hero Kid from your graveyard. And then it's also good here at this time, and necessary in fact, to banish a copy of Ancient Cloak to search yourself your Phantom Knights of Silent Boots. You're going to convert your Nightmare Phoenix into a Nightmare Mermaid, and then on summon you're going to activate Mermaid as Chainlink 1 to summon Ibli from your deck, discarding the Phoenix Blade, and then Firewall will be Chainlink 2, special summoning your Silent Boots from your hand. So this will resolve summoning the Ibli, and then you'll get a draw out of it as well. Next up, you're going to use your Divine Sword Phoenix Blade again, banishing your Hero Kid as well as your Isolde. And then you're going to use your Ibli and your Silent Boots to go ahead and special summon your copy of Nightmare Goblin. Nightmare Goblin will trigger discarding your Phoenix Blade, granting you an additional draw. From here, you're going to banish the Silent Boots from your graveyard to search yourself a copy of the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine, which you will set and activate to special summon to your side of the field. Then you'll banish your second copy of Destiny Hero Malicious to special summon the third copy of Malicious from your deck. You'll use these two to link summon a copy of Nightmare Cerberus, allowing you to Firewall bounce for 3, which we'll do right now. So you're going to bring back the Armageddon Knight, the Ibli, and the Malicious, which are the only 3 reasonable targets anyway. And then use your additional normal summon Granted Off Goblin to normal summon your Ibli. Ibli will activate her effect, targeting the Nightmare Phoenix, bringing it back to your side of the field. Next up, you use your Cerberus as well as your Ibli. You special summon a copy of Trigate Wizard over here. Firewall Dragon will trigger, special summon your copy of Destiny Hero Malicious. Now what you're going to do is you're going to use Phoenix and Malicious to go ahead and special summon Nightmare Unicorn up here, completing your extra link. But we're not done yet because Firewall Dragon's broken and we can trigger it again, special summoning your Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight is going to activate his effect on summon, which is going to send your 1 copy of Destrudo that we play. Destrudo is now going to activate, targeting your Armageddon Knight, so pay half your life points to special summon it to your side of the field. And then you'll link off with these 2 and get yourself your second copy of Nightmare Phoenix. So you've ended on essentially the most basic extra link, but it is very nice because with the Unicorn you can actually draw 4 next turn, and you have protection from battling targeting effects yet again. Your opponent's monsters will lose 1000 attack unless if their monsters are co-linked, which is going to be hard for them because obviously they are extra linked. And of course I've forgotten both of these combos, both the first and second one. When you use your Ibli the second time, you can give it to your opponent to lock them out. And that does come up where you actually summon Unicorn after Ibli already resolves, so you do have the option to go ahead and discard your Aqua Dolphin and try and draw into something else. So for a third draw, that is something you can do. And you still have your Trigate Negate, of course. So that's it for this combo. We'll move into the third combo after I clean up again. Alrighty guys, welcome back. So this is going to be combo number 3, which is a 2-card combo requiring a Hero Lives, as well as the standard Armageddon Knight or Vision Hero Vion. So to start off with, you're going to activate Hero Lives, paying half your life points to special summon your Shadow Mist from your deck. Shadow Mist's effect will activate, allowing you to search for a mass change. Then you're going to normal summon the Armageddon Knight and activate its effect to send the Malicious to graveyard. You're going to link your 2 monsters on your field into Isolde, and use her on summon effect to grab yourself a copy of Aqua Dolphin. And from here you're going to do the standard, very standard, send 2 equips for the Hero Kid, which as you know by now, triplicates itself on summon. You're going to use one of them as well as the Isolde for the Summon Sorceress. Use her effect to target the Hero Kid and summon your Ancient Cloak from your deck. You'll use the Ancient Cloak in your Hero Kid to make your Nightmare Phoenix and your Summon Sorceress and your third Hero Kid for your Firewall Dragon. Very, very standard stuff so far. And it continues being very standard, banishing your 2 Hero Kids to go ahead and add back your Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. This allows you to, before you do that actually, you need to banish your Cloak, of course, to search your copy of Silent Boots. This then allows you to go ahead and turn your Phoenix into a copy of Nightmare Mermaid. Mermaid's effect will activate as channeling 1 to summon Ibli from your deck by discarding the Phoenix Blade, and Firewall Dragon will be channeling 2 to special summon your Silent Boots. So you summon Ibli and draw a card. Next up, you're going to do the same thing of banishing the Hero Kid and the Isolde for your Phoenix Blade back. you're going to want to link summon using the Ibli and the Silent Boots for the Nightmare Goblin, whose effect will activate on summon, discarding the Phoenix Blade, and you'll draw another card. And from here, you will banish the Silent Boots from your graveyard for a copy of Shade Brigandine. You will also banish your Malicious from way back in the combo to summon the second copy of Malicious. Then you'll set and activate your Shade Brigandine and use the Malicious and the Shade Brigandine for your copy of Nightmare Cerberus. Here you're going to activate Firewall Dragon's effect to bounce for 3. To bounce the Ibli, the Shadow Mist, and the Armageddon Knight. Very standard stuff here. You're going to use your second normal summon provided by the Goblin to normal summon the Ibli to your field and activate her effect to target the Nightmare Phoenix in your graveyard and special summon it to your field. Then what you're going to do is use the Ibli and the Cerberus to go ahead and allow you to go for Nightmare Unicorn. Firewall and Ibli will both trigger, Chainlink 1 and Chainlink 2. Go ahead and summon the Ibli, and you can go ahead and summon your Armageddon Knight over here. Armageddon Knight can go ahead and send your copy of Descrudo. I think I ordered it wrong over here. Yeah, there we go. Just making sure. Alright. And then what you can do is actually go ahead and use, your Armageddon Knight and your Nightmare Unicorn to go ahead and summon your Topple Other Gumball Dragon. Actually, before you summon the Gumball Dragon, make sure you set your mass change because you're going to need to trigger Firewall here, and you don't want to risk discarding the mass change. So you're going to trigger Firewall, summon the Shadow Mist, and then Gumball will trigger, and you're going to choose 2. So there's 3. And there's a 6, so these 2. And you are now going to go ahead and link summon with the Firewall Dragon and the Phoenix for your Tri-Gate Wizard. That pretty much ends the combo here. You don't really want to go ahead and use Destrudo for Dawn Draxter because then you can't summon the Dark Claw on your opponent's turn, which means that you're denying yourself access to Gumballing for 2 more during their draw phase. But what this does mean is that you have another copy of Malicious in here that you can use as a follow-up, as well as Destrudo on your next turn. So you have at least 2 more link materials in case this board does get cracked, although your opponent will be on 2 cards and having to deal with the Tri-Gate is kind of annoying for them. So that pretty much will do it for your turn. You can go ahead and banish 2 warriors. Assuming you didn't banish this, you actually can't add back the Phoenix Blade unless if you wanted to banish your Malicious for some reason, which I would not advise doing in this case. But it's totally fine, because on your opponent's draw phase, you'll flip out the mass change, targeting your Shadow Mist anyway, grabbing your Dark Claw from your extra deck, then Gumball will trigger as Chainlink 1, and your Shadow Mist, Engrave, will be Chainlink 2, which will grab you a copy of Vion. Then you'll choose 2 again, 3 and 4. So pretty much, this is like your ending setup. Depending on like how you got lucky with the Phoenix Blade, you could have 4 in hand right now. But just in the case that you didn't discard the Aqua Dolphin, having 3 in hand is totally fine, because now you're left with a normal summon, as well as a Malicious and a Destrudo to all follow it up in case somehow this gets cracked. But you can easily go for a Borosaur Dragon with these 2, as well as whatever you summon. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this combo. This is probably like one of the most ideal board states you can end in, because you're effectively bringing your opponent down to 1 card that they can actually play, and if that card happens to be a search card, it's going to be ripped right out of their hand with Dark Claw. So yeah, that's going to do it for this combo, and it's going to do it for the combo video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.